Imagine you're walking down the street. You see a suitcase filled with $1 million, and you walk right past it. What would you do? Now, what if I told you that most people do exactly that? The moment they have extra money, they rush to buy a house, a pile of bricks that drains their bank account every single month. Sounds crazy, right? But the answer is hidden in a prehistoric part of your brain, a part that makes your financial decisions before you even realize it. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your brain has been your biggest financial enemy and how to finally make it work for you. And I'll give you the real truth. Why buying a house feels like winning at first. The shiny door, the new keys, the pride. But give it a few years, and that dream slowly starts to feel like a trap you can't get out of. Today, we expose exactly why. Let's begin. We've been told the same story for generations. Get a good job, save your pennies, and buy a house with a white picket fence. It's the ultimate symbol of making it. But if you look at the math, the dream home often behaves more like a high-maintenance nightmare. While the real path to freedom, the stock market, is something our brains are literally wired to fear. Today, we're going to look inside your head to see why your biology is rooting for the house, while your future self is begging for the portfolio. We're going to break down the psychological traps of tangible assets and why the most invisible wealth is often the most powerful. Imagine our stick figure friend, Dave. Dave just got a big promotion. He's standing at a fork in the road. To his left, a beautiful house with a shiny front door. To his right, a digital screen showing a diversified index fund. Dave's brain is screaming at him to go left. Why? Because for 99% of human history, wealth meant things you could touch, see, and defend. If you had a cave or a hut, you were safe from the rain and the saber-toothed tigers. Our ancestors didn't have brokerage accounts. They had territory. This is why when you look at a house, your brain releases a hit of dopamine. It feels like security. But when Dave looks at the stock market, his brain sees a flickering screen of red and green numbers that could vanish at any moment. To your lizard brain, a stock market crash feels like a physical threat, while a house feels like a shield. Here's the secret that Dave's lizard brain doesn't want him to know. That house is not an investment in the way he thinks it is. When Dave buys that house, he's not just buying a shelter. He's buying a massive list of chores and liabilities. Property taxes, insurance, the unexpected leak in the roof that costs $5,000 on a Tuesday morning. In the world of money psychology, we call this the endowment effect. Because Dave owns the house, he overvalues it emotionally, ignoring the fact that after inflation and maintenance, the average home barely breaks even over decades. But because he can touch the walls, he feels rich. Meanwhile, the stocks he didn't buy are like invisible employees working for him 24 hours a day, compounding and growing without ever asking for a new water heater. But there's a deeper reason Dave wants the house so badly. And it's not about shelter at all. It's about social signaling. You can't drive your friends past your 401k and have them whistle in awe. You can't host a dinner party inside your dividend portfolio. A house is a giant neon sign that tells the world, I have arrived. This is where the psychology of rich versus wealthy comes into play. Being rich is having a high income and a big house that everyone can see. Being wealthy is having assets that haven't been converted into stuff yet. Wealth is the options you have, the freedom to quit a job you hate, the ability to wake up and do whatever you want. But since wealth is invisible, our ego hates it. Our ego wants the shiny door because the ego feeds on the envy of others. This leads us to a strange paradox that most people never realize until it's too late. The very thing that makes the stock market so much more effective at building wealth is the exact thing that makes us run away from it. Volatility. When Dave's house value drops by 10%, he doesn't know it. Because there isn't a giant glowing ticker tape on his front lawn, he sleeps like a baby. But when the stock market drops 10%, it's on every news channel. His smartphone is buzzing with alerts. He feels like he's losing money. But in reality, volatility is just the price of admission for superior returns. It's not a fine you're paying for being wrong. It's a fee you're paying for the opportunity to grow your wealth faster than a pile of bricks ever could. So, how do we fix Dave's brain? It starts by changing the metaphor. Instead of seeing a house as an investment, see it for what it truly is: an expensive, wonderful, life-enhancing consumption item. It's a place to live, not a way to get rich. Once you separate your need for shelter from your need for growth, the path becomes clear. You stop trying to win at real estate and start winning at compounding. You start to realize that the most beautiful thing you can own isn't a house with a view. It's a portfolio that gives you a view of a life where you never have to worry about money again. The question is, are you brave enough to choose the wealth you can't see over the riches everyone else can? A house is a liability that provides a lifestyle, while stocks are assets that provide freedom. True wealth is often invisible, and your biggest financial hurdle isn't the market. It's your own biological urge to value stuff over systems. Now that you understand why your brain is tricking you into staying house poor, you need to know how to actually manage the fear that comes with building real wealth. Click this video here to learn the psychological secrets to staying calm when the markets get crazy, so you can actually keep the money you make. Your brain just learned something powerful. Don't let it forget. If Dave's story felt a little too familiar, you already know what to do. Subscribe and ring the bell, because the next video might be the one that finally changes everything. And don't forget to hype it up and share it with someone who really needs to hear this. At last, I just want to say thank you for watching till the end. That tells me you are sincere about your future, and sincere people get sincere results. And this last one is just for you. Have a great future. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.